Hey guys, Ray from loveyourrv.com, and I'm finally back with my review of the EEZRV tire pressure monitoring system that I bought about a month ago. Just boondocking or dry camping here at the Salton Sea Rec area. See, I got my new solar panel out. It's been working thumbs up excellent. So I've got about a month of travel on those tire pressure monitors, and so far no problems at all. They've stood up to quite a bit of abuse. Let's see here. So we left Victoria on Vancouver Island and went down the Oregon coast. Lots of rain, like heavy rain, and no problems. They were solid all the way. We've been in California for about a week or so now. I did go to that boondocking site at Sawtooth Canyon, and we went over some extreme washboard, lots of dust, and they're still okay, so I'm pretty impressed with them. Let's give you a look here at the monitor. Kind of go through some of the things I like about it. One thing I like is I can see it really easily in bright sunlight. The LCD screen shows up really well. The alarms work. I've tested it for temperature and high and low inflation, and it goes off and sounds a pretty loud alarm. No problem hearing that. Like I say, it's been solid. I haven't had any problems with them disconnecting or not connecting. Once I turn this thing on, within about a minute they're all connected up. You can see I just turned it on about 30 seconds ago. And each tire usually stays in pretty good range, which is nice. They're all coming up in inflation pressure. I find I set mine all around in the 70 to 72 range, and after I've driven for a while and everything's heated up, they start to get up around 80 degrees. So I get about a 10 psi difference. Same with the Fahrenheit. It'll usually go up as well pretty evenly, so that's good. Means all my tires are pretty equal. One of the biggest things I like about the little unit is the battery life. I was worried about where I was going to plug it into the dash on the truck, but I found I don't even need to hook up a power supply to it. It lasts, well, I only charged it once and I still have full bars here, and that's you know, a full month coming down. I do turn it off in between travels, so it's pretty easy. There's a little switch here, you just flick that off. So all I got to do is, you know, every 60 hours charge it up and I'm good to go. Super lightweight. I just mounted it on the dash with this little plastic, these little velcros for heavy loads, with 3M on the back, and it sits there fine, which is nice. So what about these little anti-thefts? That's one thing. These little anti-thefts aren't the greatest things. You can actually just unscrew them easy enough. If you know what they are, you can just go up and unscrew the little top and take it, no problem. So they're really only gonna help with like kids or really stupid people. Otherwise, someone who knows what they're doing is gonna steal them pretty easy. I do like them as a little extra covering to keep the weather off them, so I do put them on. There's a little wrench to undo the things. So in the setup video you probably saw, if not I'll link to it in the description. When I got it, I showed how I installed everything, gave an unboxing and an install video. And when I did the tires before, I kind of did them all in one line here. So I've since, with the comments in the YouTube video, set them up so they're more like what they are in real life there, so they match how it looks on the trailer. So I only have 6 sensors, so these are the trailer ones back here, and then these are the front 2 truck ones. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get 4 more now that I've had a chance to use it and been impressed with it. So hopefully it's going to last a good long time. There were some commenters that said they had troubles with the sensors going bad and they had to send them back and exchange them, things like that. One guy said after a year all his started to flake out, so there has been a few negative comments, but overwhelmingly anybody I've talked to has been pretty happy with their EEZRV. And I bought it myself. This isn't some thing they sent me for a review. It's my hard-earned money. I paid for it. I picked it up off Amazon. I think it goes for around $309. And that was the 6 sensor set, and you can add extra sensors for I think it's around $35 or $40 per sensor. That's why I didn't jump on board and get all 10 right away. Another thing, I didn't need any booster at all, so this thing has enough range. I've got the 30-foot fifth wheel with my 8-foot long box dually, and like I say, I didn't have one time where the sensor wasn't picking up while I was traveling, so that's a good thing. Some of the longer rigs, and I read up, if you have a diesel rig, some of the big Class A diesels, the diesel electronic system sometimes can interfere, so you have to get the little extra repeater that wires into your RV so that you can increase the range of this thing. Okay, I thought I'd just show you inside one of these sensors as far as changing the batteries go. They just unscrew there. You can see they have a little rubber O-ring in there. They did include some spare rubber O-rings with it. So let's pull out that little battery. Just slides out. There we go. So that's a CR 1632, probably a pretty common battery. Just going to check the battery life, see what we have here. So it's showing, looks like 2.5, 2.6 volts there on the voltmeter. So that's supposed to be a 3-volt battery, so it's down a little bit. It's the ones that came with it from the factory. So it's almost time to replace those. So I'm going to have to watch and see how much battery life we get out of this, and maybe report back in a later video when I do updates on all my reviews. But I would expect it to last a little bit longer than that. I'll have to see. Although they're pretty cheap, so see how it goes. Just slides in like that. There we go. Pretty easy to change. This just does up like that. Looks like you can use a little wrench they give you. Tighten it right down there. There we go. So this one I've just popped off the front wheel of the truck, and you can see the alarm is actually going off there. Let me see. See if we can get the alarm to sound for you there. See, it's saying low pressure. There we go. So you can see the alarm off. Low pressure, fast leakage. Pull over, 0 pressure because they've taken it off. So you can silence it with just hitting the code button there, but it still flashes, and a little red light over here flashes as well. So that works good. A couple questions people had on my installation video were, do you need to balance the tires with these on? And as far as the manual says, no, you don't need to have your tires rebalanced. I guess they're light enough. Also, people ask why I went with these type instead of the flow-through. You can get ones where you can just hook up your air hose straight to it. These you have to take off if you want to add air. Couple reasons I stuck with these is I don't really get a lot of need to add air to my tires. They seem to hold air quite fine. Like, we've been on the road a month now and I don't need to add air. The pressure's the same as when I left. Also, the other ones stick out a little ways, and sometimes I go tight to a curb going around a corner, and I wouldn't want to shear them off if they stuck out. These ones stay in a bit, so they're a little more safe that way. Also, they want you to have metal valve stems versus rubber. It's best to have metal anyway versus the cheaper. Sometimes on the trailer tires you get, they cheap out and put rubber stems on there. So first thing I did is when I got new tires on the trailer, I made them put in metal stems. So it's just a few little things people were talking about in the comments. If there's any more questions on this monitoring system, just go ahead and ask in the comments and I'll answer you, or someone else that's more knowledgeable than me will probably come along and answer you. Well, there you go. So far I give it the old Love Your RV thumbs up. Haven't had any problems with it. I'll continue using it this snowbird season and then come back in 3-4 months after I've used it the whole time and see if I have any more things to add to this review. But so far after a month it's good to go. I'll put a link in the description where you can pick it up. I'm going to throw it on the Love Your RV recommended products page there on Amazon. Until next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Happy trails, folks. We can get back to enjoying the sunshine here at the Salton Sea. We arrived here and had about 3 super windy days, but it's finally calmed down. Getting about 70 degrees here. We're here in early December. Oh, here comes my favorite part of this place, the pelicans. Love to watch the pelicans. Not the greatest this year. They're dramatically reduced. Unfortunately, this sea sort of is dying off, but still a nice little camp spot. I just love when they do that low on the water like that. Super cool.